Hey everybody, Marcus Crawford here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, it is Monday the 16th of September today. I've just felt like flying. We've got a big storm coming in tomorrow. It's going to be rainy and windy. In fact, it's coming in this evening. It's kind of a cloudy day today, so it's not the best conditions. But I just felt like flying, and I realized that I haven't flown the very capable little Mini 4K in a while, so figured I'd get that drone out. I wanted to show you this kit. This is just so elegant the way, you can just carry around this little tiny kit. And yeah, I've only got one battery in here, but great for spur-of-the-moment flights and stuff, and it shoots in great 4K video. Just to kind of give you, that's my hand over that, just kind of gives you the idea of the size of it. Just so easy to throw in a backpack or keep in your car or whatever. I think that's one of the cool things about the little Mini 4K. But anyway, let's take it out and let's go for a little flight. I'm at Kleiner Park, which, it's a park I fly out all the time. So it's not like you're going to see any new territory or anything. But let's just have a little fun with the drone I named after my buddy Ron Brown, the Ron Mini 4K. Yeah, let's quit messing around. Let's get this bird in the air. Okie dokie, I've got the drone fired up, and we got 14 satellites. It's saying that takeoff is permitted. Let's take a quick look at the safety menu. So yeah, we don't need to return to home altitude that high. We're going to go down to 35 meters. That's even way higher than we need. But we do have that max altitude set at 120 meters, which is max legal. Of course, it's not asking for any calibrations, which is good. Battery's looking good. We're going to shoot in 4K 30 frames per second, which is max resolution on this little drone. And what else can I think of? I think that's about it. Let's go ahead and let me turn the camera around so you can see the drone. And yeah, let me tilt the camera down just a little. And so yeah, let's just do an automated takeoff on the app. Hitting that button. And so there's the little drone. This thing is it's just phenomenal. It's so stable. Typical of a DJI drone. I always appreciate that. So let's turn it around so you can see where I'm sitting here. I'm kind of under the picnic shelter at the park here. We can bring the drone in a little bit. Let's stay away from that post, but we can bring it in so the camera can see it a little. Shake it around a little. See how that little gimbal works there. Okie dokie. I'm going to drop the camera down, and we're going to do our droney here. So I'm going to set the controller down and reverse and up now. Reverse and up, and there we go. This thing is just for the price. I just still am stunned that this is a $299 drone. Just the value for money is insane. And I just realized that we didn't start recording yet. I'm going to start recording right now, and I'm going to bring it in so I can do I want to do a little this is my secret to synchronizing audio and everything else. Bring the drone in. Right back in front of us here. So this is an old, well, we're going to even get a little closer yet. We'll just do that droney all over again. Okay, so what you guys just saw me do is I forgot to start my microphone here. So the audio that you just heard is directly off of, I've got the Action 2 camera that I'm using today. But let's start over again and let's do that droney one more time. So, you know what? Stuff happens, and that happened. So reverse and up now. Reverse and up. And I'll see if I can make this look dramatic and stay fairly low over the trees. But trust me, I've got eyes on the drone. It's up there a ways. So yeah, we're out over the pond. Let's spin it around here, give a look so you guys can see the pond. and drop that camera down. Yeah, I knew that fountain was here someplace. Yeah, it was kind of an interesting weekend here at the park. I was out here yesterday, which was Sunday, and they had a Hispanic festival, and man, I'll tell you, they had all kinds of authentic Mexican food, etc. And I was kind of bummed out that I missed it, but yeah, well, not that I missed the festival because I got to walk around there, but I had just eaten lunch right before I got to it. So, man, I didn't get any of those authentic tacos or any of that good stuff that you'd want. Yeah, so there we go. There's that fountain. Let's pick the camera back up, and I can kind of show you the area. So, like again, anybody that's familiar with my channel has seen all this before, but they had everything set up right here. All the booths and stuff were right here, and there was a lot of food, trust me, and a lot of music. It was just a cool festival. Fun to see that kind of stuff, and boy, were they busy in the band shell. They had all kinds of music and all kinds of bands and speakers and so forth over here in the band shell. And we're going to do our obligatory rotation around the sculpture here. We have to do that if we're going to be here at Kleiner Park. It wouldn't be, that's just something that we have to do. So there we go. Look at that. Looking good. So here, the band shell here, you can see that they got, again, they've got covers over the band shell. What the deal is there is that well, it's facing west. So as the sun sets, it's right over right by the band shell. So they got to have a kind of a cover there so that people can actually see what they're doing. And let me spin around here and show you kind of, let me drop the camera down and I'll show you. So this is just kind of a hillside right next to it, and people just set up here, and they, you're able to put, a blanket down or whatever, and watch the proceedings. They do a lot of concerts here and that sort of thing, so pretty cool in that regard. So okay, let's move up and over here. And it wouldn't be a trip to Kleiner Park if I didn't take a look over here at the pickleball courts. And it doesn't look like there's a lot going on. We got some people right there. I don't know what, yeah, looks like they're just hanging out, but there's nobody playing pickleball, which, that's kind of unusual. Picking that camera up again to kind of give you a look. Let's meander across the street, and we'll go take a look at the fountains over at the Village at Meridian. That's what they call this big. And we're just going to go straight across the street here, get over the parking lot, and this again is the Village at Meridian. So this is kind of like the popular shopping spot in the Boise Meridian area right now. There is an indoor mall that was, typical of those malls. I think it was built in the late 80s, and it's still open, and there's still some stores there, but boy, it's a shadow of its former self. These newer kind of outdoor kind of deals are kind of the popular thing. So let's kind of go across here and give you a good look at it all. And they do a really good job. They got the fountains and all that stuff. So let's just scoot across here. And I always like looking at the In-N-Out Drive-In. They built an In-N-Out Drive-In for us here, which anybody on the East Coast probably doesn't know what that is, but on the West Coast, very popular hamburger joint, right? It's where everybody goes to get their burger. So let's go look. That's it right there. And let's see if we can get down and take a look and see how long the line is. not a terribly long line at all. In fact, I'm going to drop the camera down, and let's go ahead and zoom in. So typically, wow, this is stunning to me. Usually, whoops, I stopped recording, starting recording again. I meant to hit the zoom button. So there's the zoom button. And yeah, there's a few cars in the drive-thru, but you know, that's no more than you'd see at McDonald's. And there's even room in their parking spots in their parking lot. That is stunning. So yeah, that's unusual for In-N-Out drive-in. That's packed. But it's so popular that they're building two other versions of it here in what they call the Treasure Valley. So, and somehow I switched out of my, yeah, there we go. I'm back in my attitude indicator. I switched to the map somehow. So let's go on. Let's move on over here, and we'll take a look at the fountains. The other thing that's cool about the village at Meridian is the fountains, and we take a look at those once in a while. In the winter, they set up a skating rink there, but this time of year, it's just mostly the fountains and kind of a cool place for people to hang out. So there it is, right there. They'll have music, and it's, you know, obviously it's much smaller, but it's similar to what they do in Las Vegas with the dancing fountains at Bellagio. In fact, somebody told me that it was the same company that put it in. I have no idea if that's true or not. But they play music, and the fountains actually dance to the music. So it's kind of a fun thing to see. And that little, right next to it there is a little restaurant that you can get street tacos, and then they also have teriyaki, really good teriyaki there as well. So yeah, just giving you a look. And for me, it's an excuse to fly today. There's the Yard House Restaurant, Village Cinemas right there. And there is Boise and what they call the Boise Front. We've had a lot of smoke recently, so this is the first time you've actually been able to see the Boise Front in a while, because there's been some really bad fires, but they seem to be calmed down now, and it's kind of cool to be able to see the mountains again. This summer was really kind of smoke season. We had a ton of smoke. So let's cross over to over the top of this other building here. And I think we can get across right here and back into the park. And, you know, it's been a while. Let's throw this guy in sport mode, and let's see what we can do here. I just switched into sport mode. I'm gonna go full throttle here, and you saw it pitch the gimbal down, pitch the camera down, and we're gonna head right over the pond. There's our 15 meters per second, which is what this thing is advertised at. 15.5, 15.7, yeah, 15.6, I think, 15.8 even there. Yeah, so 15.9, will we get to 16 meters per second? There's 16 meters per second. So that's moving right along. That is a good 35, 36 miles an hour. And I heard the drone just roaring over the top of us just then. Nothing but fun. And, you know, typical of Idaho, whoops, I didn't mean to yaw that fast. Let's go back into normal mode. Typical of Idaho, you know, there's still these little rural little hobby farms, you know, right in the middle of a really busy, you know, residential area or whatever. You know, because this was all farmland not that many years ago. So these were people's farms, right? This was the real deal. And so there's a lot of them still here. I just realized I'm faced directly away from the opposite of the drone, so I'm going to bring it back this way. And I haven't got it that high up, so I was starting to get a little blockiness on FPV there, but it was my fault. I was faced directly away from the drone. Picking that camera up again. Let's see, I got something else I can show you here. Let's go this way. We got plenty of battery. Let's kick her into sport mode again and get some speed going. And we can kind of look through some of the neighborhoods here. This neighborhood that's right next to the park, I always thought was really cool because they have huge lots. And again, there's probably some of them that you'd probably call them hobby farms, right? Because they got these great big giant lots where they can, you know, they can have horses or whatever it is, and still have them, you know, just living in a residential area. So where I'm heading right now is this is the Chevy dealer over here. And maybe we can look and see if they have any Corvettes, right? I'm a Corvette guy. See if we can spot any Corvettes over at the Chevy dealer. So I think this lot, I don't know this lot to the side. I don't know if that's, let me see if I can, whoops. Again, I was in sport mode and I yawed way too fast there. So we'll put it back in normal mode here. It's about time to bring the drone home, but we're just going to get around here, and we're not going to go over the street there. Don't worry. We're staying over the parking lot, and let's look down here and see if there's any Corvettes. Maybe. I'm going to go into zoom here so we can see here. So 2 times zoom. Yeah. I don't know. I can't even. Usually they have them right out front here, but it's going to be kind of hard to see because they're underneath. Yeah, we got some Corvettes under there. Let me. I don't want to drop too much altitude because. Yeah, you know what? And it's hard for me to tell just looking at the little FPV screen. So we're going to call it good. We are. Whoop! I stopped recording again. I meant to take it out of Zoom. There, we're out of Zoom. Let's start recording again. Oh, gosh, fumble fingers, me. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit return to home. Let's do it on the app. Return to home. And let's bring this guy home. And what's surprising to me is that it did not pick up the camera. Usually it'll pick up the camera. But, and I wish I could stop that beeping, but I cannot. I see a little bit of a tilted horizon there. Seems to me just a little, just a hint of. You know, not surprising once you have it in sport mode because it really has to dip that gimbal down in sport mode. 27% battery, we're still in the green, so that's good. And that green should get bigger the closer the drone gets back to us here. But again, I'm giving you another look at this neighborhood. Yeah. One of the things that you can do with this drone that you can't do with other DJI drones is, and you see that's the other part of the park that I hang out at a lot, the other sculpture over there. Is you can yaw when it's in return to home, which is kind of fun. You get to look at some different stuff. Let's bring her back pointed forward here. And you can see we're almost home. I'm at the at this little picnic shelter down here. And this drone does not pretend to have precision landing, but we'll see how close it gets. Yeah, and it's telling me low battery because once it gets to 20%, it gives you that warning. But we are still in the green zone, so we're good. And I can hear the drone. That's me pointing the camera straight down. Well, had to hit it again because when it came to a stop. So it's, I don't know, it's going to be close. I'm going to have my finger on that pause button. If it's just going to land on the concrete, we'll let it do that. If not, I'll hit that pause button. But yeah, it's not going to hit the landing pad, but it's going to be safely. Uh-oh, it's moving. Okay, I hit the pause button. I didn't trust it. I'm moving it out a little bit. Yeah, it's really wanting to land. You know, we're down to 15% battery. They really should let you have more than that. We're right above the landing pad. Let me turn it around here. Let's pick that camera up. Well, I should be able to hit the function button. Yeah, there we go. Hit the function button and got that camera pointed straight ahead. So there I am right there. I'm going to do the old camera sync clap, and that'll make it easier for me to synchronize that video. So we're a little bit off, but I'm going to go ahead and drop it straight down right now. Left stick straight down. Put it in landing mode. And boom, right next to the pad there. Okay, let me get it all shut down and we'll do a quick conclusion. Hey, okie dokie, the little DJI Mini 4K, or in my case, the Ron Mini 4K. You know, I realized that this wasn't some kind of great exploratory flight or something. I didn't show you anything different than maybe you've already seen, other than we did go over to the Chevy dealership and look for Corvettes. Hey, I can't help that. What a cool little drone, the little Mini 4K. It is just an amazing piece of technology for 299 bucks. Ham-fingered me. I kept hitting the wrong buttons. Every time I wanted to hit the zoom, I was hitting the stop recording button, but we got through that. And yeah, just showed you around a little bit. Again, I realized not a terribly exciting video, but we had a lot of fun. Oh yeah, one more thing. Today is the 16th of September. My friend Johnny Drone Flyer, today was his birthday. Happy 68th birthday, Johnny. And yeah, I guess that's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. And of course, we will see you on the next one. Bye now.